I like how this kind of looks like a freaking haunted house, like a haunted movie, because the light from underneath. On the bright side, it makes my teeth look very white. I'm happy about that. Almost dying. I'm happy about that. And it also makes a less annoying glare on my glasses because I do not have my contacts today, but I still want to make a video. So let's go. So I'm in the middle of making 2 videos, but I took a break on them. I took a break on those videos just because I'm kind of been lazy. And when I have another video idea, I just want to sit down and I want to shoot it. No matter how much views it gets. I just want to freaking shoot the freaking video. And I haven't made like a real like Glee-centric video in a while. So I decided to make one about something that I'm very passionate about. That I am very passionate about and no one could tell me otherwise. The thing that I'm very passionate about that you guys might not have known. That Kurt and Sam Evans were supposed to be a couple in Glee. And it freaking grinds my gears that they never explored Sam's sexuality and they never explored the chemistry that Cord and Chris have with one another. And I'm not just talking about romantic chemistry. Like, I know that Cord isn't gay, but I'm just talking about the freaking on-screen platonic chemistry that they had and what an amazing couple they could have been. I'm just saying, because Sam is already the most like wholesome character of the bunch, so him being romantically inclined with Kurt, I almost dropped everything. That would have been the most amazing relationship ever. And it's still, Ryan Murphy has done some messed up things in his life, but I think, like, you know, he done some stuff like biphobia, not being supported to Naya Rare when she passed away. But the thing that is the worst, in my opinion, is not making Heaven's canon. I'm kidding, but I'm still kind of pissed about it in the year 2023. And this was also to happen in like 2010. So over 10 years ago, but I'm still pissed. So in honor, I keep saying in honor of Pride Month, but I'm probably not going to get done with this before Pride Month ends. So let's just say it's a late Pride Month, because every month is Pride Month. So let me just get into the video. I'm going to be talking about Heavens and what could have been, because I'm still pissed. I'm still pissed. Let's get into the video. So Kurt Hummel. We all know him, we all love him as the main character, or one of the main characters in Glee. He was the main, only openly gay character in the show, when the show first began. And his character was actually created because of Chris Colfer himself. Chris Colfer actually auditioned for the role of Artie, but the creators loved him so very much, they decided to make an entire character based off of Chris Colfer. And I'm unaware how they got the first name Kurt. I think it was one of the people who worked on Glee. I think his name was Kurt, but they got the last name Hummel because they commented how Chris Colfer looks like one of those Hummel dolls from the 1930s. If you guys aren't aware, these are what they look like. They're kind of like a different version of like a China doll. And Kurt was actually replaced with another character named Rashish. I'm sorry, I do not know how to pronounce the name. He was supposed to be an Indian character that was supposed to be one of the original Glee Club members, but his character was cut completely, and it was kicked off, and Kurt replaced that character. I'm unaware if that character was supposed to be gay or not. I just know he's supposed to be an Indian exchange student, from my understanding. At first, Kurt's character was kind of just supposed to be like a gay stereotype character. One who was very sassy, one who liked fashion, one who liked singing, obviously. But he very quickly became a pretty meaningful character, showing his insecure side when it came to his sexuality, and his relationship with his father. Which that relationship was actually inspired by Ryan Murphy himself, and his relationship with his father when he came out. So after season 1, the character Kurt has become pretty popular in the fan base, kind of being one of the only openly gay characters in media at the time. So after season 1, people were rooting for Kurt to get a boyfriend. There was soon a rumor that Kurt Hummel was gonna get a boyfriend in season 2. It says that it was supposed to be a blonde boy that Kurt hasn't met yet, and people assumed that it was the character Sam. Jane Lynch was actually the person who seemingly confirmed this. She basically said that Kurt will get with a blonde boy with quote-unquote big pouty lips and the quarterback of the football team. She stated that they casted Kurt's boyfriend already. It was later confirmed not to be true when they announced the wonderful actor who was actually going to be playing Kurt's boyfriend. Of course, as we all know, Darren Criss, who they said that he was going to be playing an openly gay character at a rival school called Dalton Academy. Darren Criss wasn't amazingly famous, but he was known for being Harry Potter and Harry Potter the Musical. I just realized how unflattering this looks, like how unflattering this camera angle looks with the light underneath me. Just ignore it. Chris Colfer also confirmed that it also wasn't going to be true. He said, and I quote, "After seeing the premiere, I feel like it's not going to happen because all the girls are going to fall in love with him and they don't want to see him with Kurt. And I don't want to be the guy girls hate. I'm the gay guy the girls love. I don't want to become the target. I don't want the letter that says, Kurt needs to be off our man. Stop kissing our boyfriend. Young girls can be vicious. I don't know how Kristen Stewart feels. I don't want to be the Bella of the Glee world. I like being the guy everyone likes." Chris, you freaking warm my heart. I freaking love you. I know he's an author. He wrote like 19 books, but Chris Colfer really is good with words. Like, he is good. Like, that, I would never think of that. That's kind of true. That also kind of proved the point that Chris himself didn't really want him and Sam to be together. I don't think it had anything to do with Cord and Kurt. I mean, Cord and Chris. I feel like they liked each other off screen. Chris also kind of admitted that he didn't really know the fate of Kurt and Sam's relationship. But he also admitted that he wasn't too sure it was going to work in his humble opinion. But as the season goes on, well, technically the first episode, we meet the character Sam. We actually end up meeting him before we meet the character Blaine. But the character Blaine was initially only supposed to have like a few episodes. His main purpose of the show was supposed to be Kurt's mentor. I'm almost 90% sure that it was confirmed, but these articles were from like 10 years ago, so it's really hard to see what the actual fact was towards the end, but I'm 90% sure that was the case. But they realized how popular Darren Criss has become and how popular the character Blaine has become. And also, Blaine's first solo, Teenage Dream, was the first Glee cover to reach #1. So they also knew that Darren Criss is really talented, so it might be good for ratings to keep him around. People also believed that they decided to keep Sam with Quinn because they had better chemistry than Sam and Kurt. Even though I'm not 100% sure if that's correct. Mainly because the whole Sam and Quinn relationship ended pretty quickly. I assume that maybe they changed it because they needed Blaine to have a bigger part in the show, or because, you know, maybe they thought that Darren and Chris had better chemistry. It was also rumored, I'm not sure if this one is 100% true, but it was also rumored that Cord himself asked not to play a gay character because his family is really conservative and strict about it. But again, it's just a rumor, it's probably not true. It honestly still looked like Kurt had a chance with Sam throughout season 2, even after meeting Blaine. Because you can see that Sam was probably one of the only really respectful kids towards Kurt from the very beginning. He was the one guy who really never picked on Kurt for who he is. And he definitely wasn't afraid to stick up for him at school, no matter the horrible reputation it might cause for him. So at the end of the duets episode, where Sam and Kurt were initially going to sing a duet, Sam didn't care that he was going to be singing a duet with another guy. He was fine with it, but apparently some of the other guys weren't. Mainly because they thought it might look too gay, and they also didn't want Sam to be bullied to not be in Glee anymore. But most of the guys kind of pressured Kurt into not doing the duet with Sam, because they knew that Sam didn't really want to break it off with Kurt because he didn't know if that would be rude, from their understanding. So Kurt had to be the one to break it off. He was mainly kind of pressured into it, but he also wanted to show his development from when he had a crush on Finn, and how he took it too far with another straight guy. So Kurt basically confided in the advice with his father, And Kurt basically mentioned, why can't I walk down the hall with a guy that I like? Why can't I go to a dance with a guy? And the dad said, you can, but you have to find someone who's brave enough as you. That looks like it could be a subtle, a subtle foreshadowing to Sam's sexuality development, if he would to have one. So Kurt decides to sing a duet by himself. And very strangely, I kind of understand why they did this, but they kept showing Sam's reaction in the crowd more than anyone else's reaction. And it looked like Sam was looking like dead set at Kurt. There's even a meme that was popular at the time of like Sam kind of like biting his lips in like a sexual way while watching Kurt. And again, I don't think there was anything more to that. I don't think it was supposed to be him like looking at him in a sexual way. But people still believe that at this point, there was still a chance that Kurt and Sam could get together, and they were still kind of testing the waters. So they kind of wanted to make it look like he had some sort of interest in Kurt. And at the end, he gave a standing ovation and he clapped for Kurt. And they also zoomed up on his face and Kurt's face. So later on in that episode, Sam and Quinn did their duet. And Kurt did look genuinely jealous. It's generally hard to tell if Kurt had like an actual crush on Sam, or just because he assumed that he was gay, he thought that he could either get with him or he was not going to have any boyfriend at all, because he kind of thought it was like his only chance to be with someone. So in the episode Flirt, Sam was actually the one to protect Kurt against Kowalski, which is kind of saying a lot because again, he was the one who didn't really know Kurt at all. He was the one who kind of knew him the shortest amount of time. Kurt actually thanked Sam personally for this, and Sam smiled in recognition at this. He even offered to protect Kurt instead of him moving to a different school. So later on in the season, after Kurt started dating Blaine for real, it seems like the hope of Sam and Kurt getting together was pretty much non-existent. But at one point, the Glee Club, or some of the Glee members, thought that Sam and Quinn were dating, meaning that Quinn was cheating on Finn with Sam. So they decided to go to his motel to kind of scope it out. But instead, they actually see Kurt leaving Sam's apartment. And they were all pretty shocked. They honestly seemed more shocked than if they would to see Quinn there. But the funny part about that is that they actually generally thought that Sam and Kurt were dating and didn't even really consider Sam's sexuality at all. Sam admitted that he was actually just struggling with finances and that he's basically homeless, and he asked both Quinn and Kurt to help him, which kind of shows that he trusts them more than anyone else in the Glee Club. Which again, it says a lot because they're the ones who know each other probably least amount than anyone. I honestly kind of appreciate how Kurt didn't really tell anyone about people thinking that they're dating, especially because it's also insinuating that Kurt is also a cheater because he was dating Blaine at that time. But he knew that it was Sam's secret, so he wanted to respect that. Like I said before, at this point it seems like the whole relationship between Kurt and Sam looks like it's pretty much non-existent. Especially because the relationship between Kurt and Blaine were starting to grow larger, and the relationship between Sam and most of the girls in the club, such as Quinn and Mercedes and a little bit of Santana, was starting to grow more as well. Even though they did have a chance to make Sam bisexual, they decided not to do it. But that is thought to be because of the creator Ryan Murphy. Because people believe that Ryan Murphy is actually biphobic, especially towards men. Mainly because of the comment that Kurt made in one episode about bisexual men. And some comments that Santana and Demi Lovato's character Danny made in some episodes in season 5. Even though the only canonly bisexual character we have in the show is Brittany. She really wasn't written to be the best representation, says some bisexual fans. That's why people think that that's the reason why Blaine ended up being gay instead of bi, was mainly because of Ryan Murphy and his beliefs. Even though as the show goes on, and the writers kind of start to forget about the relationship between Sam and Kurt, they show some pretty wholesome background moments between the two. And these are the type of reasons why I don't think that they were cut, because I think that Darren and Chris had better chemistry. Because I generally do think, I'm not just saying this as a heaven shipper, but I definitely do think that Kurt and Sam had better chemistry, to be completely honest. And the background movement and the background moments kind of proved it. There was a part where Sam did a body roll and Kurt kind of got excited. There was also a part where Kurt was singing and Sam kind of gave him like lovey eyes. It was also shown that Sam made a macaroni art of Kurt, saying that he was his muse. He also threatened to kill the man who almost beat Kurt to death. They also had a bunch of little background moments, like the time when Kurt was texting Chandler on his phone and Sam was the one to kind of look over his shoulder and he almost had his head on his shoulder. So yeah, I really don't think that's the reason why they were never in the show to begin with. I feel like that it was because it was kind of like a stand-in thought, but then Jane Lynch kind of like spoiled it by saying they already casted someone before it really got confirmed. But it was later changed when they found out how popular Blaine's character became. I know crack ships are very popular in the Glee fandom, and honestly, Heavens was like my favorite crack ship besides Faberry. Heavens and Faberry were my two favorite crack ships before I knew that Heavens was actually supposed to be canon. So you can just picture my frustration at knowing that they were never gonna be, that they didn't end up together. Because I thought it was just like, oh, they have good chemistry, I kind of like them together, they would be cute. But knowing that it was planned, I mean, come on. Again, Ryan Murphy has done some messed up things, but this I'll never forgive him for. What I find kind of funny is that most people got mad at Sam in season 5 because they said that he kind of got in between Kurt and Blaine because Blaine ended up having a crush on Sam. But honestly, I was more upset that that Blaine was getting in the middle between Kurt and Sam, because again, I like, if anything, like, I knew towards season 5, I knew there was no way in hell that Sam and Kurt were gonna be a thing. Like, I knew there was no way in hell that was gonna happen in season 5. I was hoping in season 2, but I knew it wasn't gonna happen. But I kind of got a little bit, I won't lie, I kind of got a little bit annoyed when I saw him getting much closer to Blaine, because I really wanted him to get closer to Kurt. Again, not in a romantic way, at least as like a really close friendship way. But I knew that Kurt is mostly friends with lots of the girls, so I kind of assumed it really wasn't going to happen. But I'm also not going to lie, I feel like lots of people in the show are kind of unintentionally femphobic. I don't know if that's even a word, but I feel like lots of the guys kind of stared away with being around Kurt because he was ultra feminine and Blaine wasn't. Because think about it. Just think about it. No guy wanted to do duet with Kurt because he was pretty feminine, but pretty much half of the guys wanted to do duet with with Blaine. So it kind of proves that they didn't care about Kurt being gay. They just thought he was way too feminine. I don't know. It just kind of, I know, I kind of felt a little bad about it. I kind of did, I won't lie. People also made a joke that Sam and Kurt were actually dating in season 6. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, I love it, but I don't know why. Mainly because it was after Kurt and Blaine broke up and they just started dating off screen and kept it a secret. I don't know. Maybe because they were working together in season 6 and they were probably the closest in season 6 since season 2. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you actually ship Kurt and Sam or if you wish they got them together at all. Thank you for watching. If you guys are curious, my season 6 episode 1 review of The 9 Realms has been posted, so you could check that out if you guys want. As I said in the beginning of this video, I'm working on 2 more Glee-centric videos. I don't know when it's gonna be done, but I'm trying my best. I'll just tell you what the plan is for that. I'm gonna be trying to make a whole entire Faberry analysis video talking about their relationship from start to end and some like deeper development videos. And I also want to do a video about Kurt and his relationship to his father because I feel like it's very wholesome and it's a very underrated thing in Glee. So I feel like it's really wholesome and I kind of want to discuss it. So hope you guys enjoy and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.